When Peter and I returned to camp, we saw that the poacher patrol had brought back more gruesome evidence that the park is heavily infested with traps.
All right, there were 2 Hyrax traps, the string ones, the small string ones, and there were 26 antelope traps. These are the ones that also killed gorilla. He's brought back about 26 traps.
Are these traps that they cut? All traps that they cut?
Today, yeah, sure.
That's really in there, isn't it? There's no way she'd get away from that.
No way. But she's fought. That's what really kills them. Fighting against the wire with her leg up in the air.
Diane has sent the remains of about 5 dozen gorillas to the Smithsonian Institute. Animals that have died mostly of natural causes. But others have been mutilated, their heads and hands cut off and sold as souvenirs. And their bodies are buried behind Diane's cabin.
I have kept the bodies here of the ones that have been killed by poachers, simply because I would like to make kind of a memorial for them. I just feel they all belong together.
Who's Lee?
Lee. On March the 3rd this year, Lee was caught in a trap. And because I was not running patrols at that time, and she lived for 60 days with that wire on her leg until she eventually succumbed from pneumonia and gangrene. Uncle Bert, Quayle, Macho were shot. Frito, daughter of Uncle Bert, was killed by a silverback so that he had turned to breed with her mother.
And this is Digit, huh?
Yeah.
When I found out I was coming up here, I saw the film that you made. I think it was in 1971 for National Geographic. And there was the most incredible sequence of you and Digit, with you sitting side by side. Because of Diane's incredible perseverance, Digit had learned to be trusting, even playful. The bond between these two was an important step toward reversing man's misunderstanding and ill treatment of these gentle beasts.
Digit was speared to death and decapitated. His hands were cut off also. Yeah, December 31st, 1977. Digit was kind of the watchdog of the group, and he was bringing up the rear of the group. And the poachers, it was inadvertently came across him. And he fought the poachers off while the group fled. And he gave his life so that the group could survive.
Diane, what is the future of the mountain gorilla? Does it have a future?
I don't believe they have a future. After another 10 years, I think there'll be no more gorillas, mountain gorillas. There's roughly 214, 216 remaining. And these 6 mountains harbor the last mountain gorillas in the world. And I think because of lack of strict authority, there's, unless the poachers are in prison for any length of time, say 10 years or so, the gorillas have not got a chance. The gorillas just don't have a chance.
It seems terribly important to me. Why can't we make it important to these people?
They're learning to be interested. It's just they're learning too late.
Slow, too slow.
Yeah, it's too late for the animals. It's too late for the gorillas, certainly, in my opinion.
This has been an incredible week for me. Really, it's been a revelation. I wouldn't take anything for it. You're a dynamite lady.
They're dynamite animals.
They are indeed. I was fascinated to see a 400-pound animal display such keen sensitivity to a tiny object. I thought of Diane's long, lonely battle to study and befriend these animals before their time on Earth is over. The real threat is man's encroachment upon their habitat and unwillingness to protect them. During my trip, another silverback died after being shot. It was the latest addition to the long history of senseless waste. On March 3rd, 1980, after 13 years, Diane Fossey left Rwanda and her gorillas and returned to the United States for medical treatment and to report on her findings. Her students remained behind to keep alive the bond that she created. hoping the world will wake up and help before the loss is complete.